3323, I copy. Raising the unit to back up 3323. It's going to be at 875 Collie Road. All units 59 right away. Raising at 3323.
34, we got air unit.
And 3323.
31 radio, what's across 6 Collie?
That'd be Jonesboro Road. All units 63 875 Collie Road. 63 875 Collie Road.
Atlanta faces a serious problem. It can't hire and keep enough police officers on the job. The city says the department is at full strength for its authorized number of officers, but that's not the whole story. An Open Records Act request shows the department is nearly 200 officers short of its full authorized staffing level. 100 officers on the job aren't even on the street. They're assigned to Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. There are critical shortages in several departments, like criminal investigations and narcotics. Zone commanders are using patrol officers to fill investigator positions, leaving street patrols unfilled.
94 on the first unit, 5. Keep the 63. 6 radio, what's this location?
Hey, he's down there.
The woods.
He's going to be in the woods, 875 Collie Road. He cut him off in the woods. Okay, you advise of Perp in custody.
I got him down.
I copy, you got him down.
94, we got a unit waiting yet.
Okay, where's the unit with 3323?
6, I think it's 2 minutes.
I copy.
Very good. I got him down.
Why aren't there enough police officers on the job? The answer is attrition. The city keeps hiring officers, but they keep leaving. What the International Brotherhood of Police Officers discovered is sobering. For every 5 officers Atlanta gained since 2000, it lost nearly 4. 4 out of 5. Even Chief Richard Pennington knows that attrition is a serious problem.
And so that has been our biggest problem, is that officers leave to go for better pay, they go for better working conditions, they go for a lot of other things. That when I joined many years ago, when I joined the police department, I knew that I was going to be with that police department until I retired. Today, young officers don't do that. They come on, they stay 5 years, and then they find out that the government is hiring sky marshals, paying them $55,000. Why would they want to stay in Atlanta for 30 years or 39?
Why can't Atlanta keep its officers on the force? One of the reasons is something called annual increments. Police departments all over the country reward their officers with pay raises based on the number of years they've served with their departments. Atlanta calls those raises annual increments. Sometimes they're called steps. It's how a city encourages police officers to stay with the department, develop experience in the community, and share that experience with the next generation of officers. Police professionals know that annual increments are the smart way to encourage retention in their departments. In 2002, incoming Mayor Shirley Franklin froze the annual increment raises when she discovered a budget shortage left by outgoing Mayor Bill Campbell. We understood why she made that decision then, but now a response to a temporary crisis has become permanent policy. The IBPO asked Atlanta's Commissioner of Human Resources to name one American city comparable to Atlanta that has frozen its annual increment raises to its police officers. Here's how many she found. Atlanta is the only major city we can find that isn't giving veteran police officers incentive to stay. And you'd better believe police officers notice.
He's advising he can't handcuff him, but he do have him down. Raising any units near 3323 yet?
Another reason behind Atlanta's attrition problem is that the city pays officers who transfer into Atlanta from other departments more than it pays its own officers who stay in Atlanta. Let's look at an example based on the actual pay chart from the Atlanta Police. Officer Smith has been an Atlanta police officer for 7 years. His annual increment raise has been frozen 5 times. He's on step 2 of his pay grade scale. He makes $39,906 a year. Officer Jones has been a police officer for 5 years outside Atlanta. He makes a lateral transfer into the Atlanta Police Department. Because of the city's lateral officer program, Officer Jones will start his career with Atlanta at step 6. He'll make $45,793 a year. Officer Smith will have to train Officer Jones. Officer Jones will earn over $5,000 a year more than Officer Smith. If you're Officer Smith, the choice is clear. Stay in Atlanta for less money and more danger, or transfer out for more money and less danger. Which would you choose?
23, Jones goes on 12 o'clock. Where are you at? What direction?
Come on, man. 6 o'clock. I just got one handcuff. Now I got 2 handcuffs on. They're in the park, but I got them off. I copy. You have 2 handcuffs on the park. I got 2 handcuffs on.
We know that Mayor Franklin and Chief Pennington want 2,000 officers on the force by 2009, but the influential Linda report said back in 2003 that it would take nearly 13 years at the current hiring rate to reach that goal. Atlanta police can't do their job safely and effectively if they don't have enough officers. And they can't get enough officers on the job if the city doesn't change the way it treats the officers it already has. But things can get better. Here's how. First, make the annual increments permanent and retroactive. The city estimates this will cost $11 million for the police and fire departments. We know that's a lot of money, but even in this 2005 internal memo, the Atlanta Police Department recognized that it costs much less in the long run to keep veteran officers on the force than to keep hiring new officers to replace the ones we've lost. Second, start reaching out to all the officers who've left the Atlanta Department in the last 7 years. We believe that many former Atlanta officers would come back with the return of annual increments and an aggressive outreach. We could get back up to 100 veteran officers who already know and care about the city and the people of Atlanta. And third, start a deferred retirement option program. A drop program would encourage Atlanta's most veteran officers to stay on the force for a few more years so that they could share their experience and wisdom with a new generation of Atlanta's finest. Atlanta police are just like their brothers and sisters in blue everywhere. They put their lives on the line every day to help you. Now they need your help. It took 10 minutes for backup to get to Unit 3323, the call you've been listening to. This officer shortage isn't safe for the officers or for the people of Atlanta. We can either fix this problem together or face more of this.
We called the police and all, and it took them forever and a day to arrive. It made to what seemed like they say was 20 minutes, seemed like 30, 40 minutes.
Top police brass acknowledged the normal staff deployed at the Southwest Atlanta zone cannot handle all the crime. A comparison of the incidents so far this year show you what they're up against. All major crimes, 2,209 calls, compared to 1,654 the same time in 2006, a 34% hike.
Please tell the city's leaders that you support keeping Atlanta police officers on the Atlanta Police Department, because police can't give you their best if there aren't enough of them. And nobody wants to be left waiting when they call 911.
Copy. Zone 5 said that they was going to have to start a call with the screen. They have like 12 calls in the pending. No units code 7 yet. Any other units can hold your paperwork? I'm still holding 7 in the pending.
3596.
96, just be advised we have 11 independent with no units in service.
3596.
Just be advised we have 15 calls holding no units in service.
3596.
Be advised you have 14 calls pending, no units in service.